Well, Game 18 recap is not exactly happening right after the game, but we were just so
Exhausted.
We were so exhausted that we just crashed. But we're still going to recap the game right now.
Correct.
Yeah, we were so just like our own 18th birthdays. It was just too much. It was too much to handle. We had to take
18th birthday. Was your head spinning from being able to vote so much that you passed out on your 18th birthday? What were you doing on your 18th birthday?
Yes.
Was it the sugar
exciting
high that you got from the cake you ate?
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of cake.
Okay.
So yeah, Busch Stadium.
The police,
Oh my gosh.
the law enforcement of Ohio is doing awesome right now. All right,
Doing great.
Yeah.
So I think the prevailing theme, if you follow us on Twitter, you noticed that it rained a lot. Rained a lot. We had 2 rain delays, and it led to definitely our longest game.
I followed, our longest game while we were on 2-3 hours of sleep. So basically,
Yes.
there were many times where Brian and I would just get up and walk around the ballpark, not because we needed to document it. We'd already seen the things, actually, because we did have all our documentation ahead of time. But we would get up just to walk around so we didn't fall asleep sitting in our seats.
A lot of, yes, exactly. Just like, and by the way, just silence in between
Oh,
those
yeah,
moments.
no.
Just like sitting and staring, watching the rain, and then one of us being like, I gotta walk around for like a little bit.
And it wouldn't even really be an introductory statement like I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. It was mostly mumbled to yourself as you got up and walked away. And the favorite part was that the other person didn't look at him and go, "Hey, where are you going?" It was just like we were both so focused on keeping ourselves alive and well at the moment that we didn't even really care. Nary a word was shared between us.
No, it was we were enjoying the baseball ambiance, I guess.
Speaking of the baseball ambiance.
Yes. What are we supposed
Busch
to?
Stadium.
Oh, Busch Stadium. Yeah, it's it was nice. The architecture was cool. The outside had a very baseball-y feel, as we've coined that term. Felt very much like the Camden and all kind of the other ones.
The Camden template that everyone
The Camden
used.
template, yeah. The red brick and the green metal.
And I feel like this is back-to-back stadiums where they did a couple little nuanced things. I think the ballpark in Arlington, Globe Life as it were, did a better job of some of those smaller nuances. But I did like the fact that on the signs they'd have a little gold cardinal, a couple different things like that. They just did small things they didn't have to do, but it made it a little differentiated.
Mm-hmm. This is also the first park that had a kind of like designated, what do they call it, ballpark village. So
yes.
like not in the ballpark, but
the street right outside the ballpark.
Street. Yeah,
that was just completely blocked off. That was only for baseball patrons. Well, I shouldn't even say baseball. Anybody that wants to go and drink can go there, whether you have a ticket to the game or not.
So there were some strong opinions on that on Twitter about people who thought that it was just wow. Well, people who thought that it was just trying to suck people's money. Speaking of sucking money, Hall of Fames.
Are you a professional at this?
Yeah, I know.
What a segue!
I know, right?
Holy cow! Is that all you need to sleep to be like this good?
I wouldn't call it this good. Hall of Fames, Tim. People didn't. Oh, so the Cardinals have a St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame. Cost $12 to get in.
I made a comment on Twitter about it, and we probably got 4 or 5 responses fairly quickly that were like, that were, I don't want to say chastising us for not wanting to pay, but just commenting on, you have to pay to see heritage.
Yeah, which I disagree with.
I also disagree with. There were many stadiums that have had it for free, and if I'm already in your stadium, you should be trying to build your brand to me so that you get me to come back to your games. You're not going to get me to see your Hall of Fame more than once, right? So why try to get me $12 one time? Why not get me in there, get me to be a part of your fan base, like ingratiate me into you.
Yes.
And now I pay for tickets multiple times. Now I will buy your merchandise because now I'm a fan. I don't understand why the one time. I just don't understand why you have to charge for that.
I totally agree. I think everything inside the ballpark should be free once you get in.
What? Well, everything.
Well, not food. I think it's fine. You should pay for food, but everything else should be free. I don't see why you charge people for all of these other things. All of it. Like the
Like
fast
what?
pitch, like the fast pitch thing for kids. That should be free.
So you're telling me
Hall of Fames
that if there'd be a line. There'd be a line at the door.
Oh my
that was
gosh,
free.
people want to participate.
I
How
know.
terrible.
But you have to. People have to run the machine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're incurring a cost that you're not receiving any benefit for. As a ballpark. As a ballpark.
Okay.
So
then why doesn't every place charge for Hall of Fames then? Do you think that they should charge for Hall of Fames then? Isn't
Why?
it the same thing?
no.
Why?
There's no curator of the museum here, Brian. There's nobody that's sitting in the Hall of Fame going, as you'll see here, this is the glove. that
Disagree.
so-and-so
Every place we've had
had a door person. They haven't had somebody actually curating.
Oh, is that person doing it for free?
They're doing
Are
it.
they volunteering their time? No, they're being paid to be there. Just like the guy who stands there and puts balls on the tee for the kids to hit.
You make him sound much happier than he really is.
Well,
'cause
I'm sure it's a
hated
dream
his-
job. No, it's a dream job.
Oh, okay.
I did have a chance to talk to. So we were next to Big Mac Land yesterday, and you get a free McDonald's. Oh, I just used their name. I didn't even want to say McDonald's. I couldn't think of the name of their coffee drink, but
Frappe.
I got a free one, a frappe. And I was talking to the kid who had to hand out the free frappe, and he told me that it was a dream come true.
To work.
I was like, really, dude? It's rained twice. You're okay with that? And he's like, yeah, this is kind of a dream job.
What?
Just standing there handing out coupons. It's great. I mean, I think he may have been being sarcastic.
I think that might have
But
been.
yeah, take his word for it.
Everything should be free inside the ballpark, and I think that's revolutionary.
I don't think it's
I don't think anybody does it. Let's put it that way. That's why it's
Yeah.
revolutionary.
That's true. I just think they would maybe if you or whatever. I don't know. When I own a baseball team, when we own our baseball team,
Clearly.
we're gonna have some real revolutionary ideas.
It couldn't cost that much, right? Like a couple $100, right?
What?
To own a baseball team.
Well, no, but it costs more than that, obviously. But what we do is we do like the guy who started with the paper clip and then swapped his way up to like a car. You familiar with this story?
we're gonna swap our way up to a baseball
team.
organization.
Yes, we are. So we start with sponsoring a.
It's gotta be a baseball, right?
Yeah.
We start with a baseball. instead of a
we
paper
just
clip.
be exclusive to baseball teams.
No. If this
Oh,
person
a
started with
baseball,
paper-
a
yes,
baseball,
a physical
yes.
baseball. That's
That's
what we
great.
start with, and we trade up from there.
That's pretty good. We could do that. We could do it in 20 moves.
You sound like you're playing the game. I can name that in whatever. We
Yes.
can do that in 20 moves, over or under. We could do that in 19.
Nice.
Ridiculous. Anyway, Busch
Sorry.
Stadium, like the arch, like the fact that they did leave this one, the back of it open, so you could see the arch, and you could see some of downtown St. Louis.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. But to be honest, it did have it was a 6th or 7th largest capacity, and you could definitely tell they crammed people into that place. The Cardinal faithful were out in droves yesterday.
Yeah.
That was also worth noting.
Tuesday.
Two hours before the game, a Tuesday day game. And the streets were packed. The gates were, the huge lines to get in right when the gates opened.
Yeah.
Not something we've been seeing as we've been touring these ballparks. We're normally
no.
the only people there because we get there 2 hours in advance to document the stadium. So that was definitely different.
Yeah. That's I guess that again will be in one of the next few parks that are packed. So that'll be weird. Again, as White Sox fans, packed parks. It's very.
We've already gotten a couple comments on Twitter. Published a couple of stats from the midway point of our journey, and the reference to us being White Sox fans not knowing what packed attendance looks like. Just so happened, Brian, that out of the first 16 games we saw, the lowest attended game was
Chicago White Sox.
U.S. Cellular View.
All right, and on that note, we're gonna close it out. Tim, you got a sign up for us today?
No.
Okay.
You're way better at that than I am. You got to come up with something over there.
Well, this is just two birds on a bat saying whatever Cardinals say.